You are listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair on RLM Radio.
The girl of your dreams has got to be in some bar.
Sorry, boys and girls, but this is X-rated. So if you're under 18...
Get out, goddammit!
Get the point? Good.
And now?
Bend over.
Y'all ready for this?
Get it up. Get it up. I can't wait anymore.
I like to watch.
Whatever you desire. I know you like it. Do it.
We do it all night long.
And now, your host, Grammy.
Oh yeah, it is a Freaker Friday, and yeah, we are going to be rolling in the deep something or other tonight, because there's all kind of BS going on in the world this evening. Y'all are listening to Grammy's Rocketeer here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3. Also on the RLM Radio.xyz site, the RLM TuneIn radio station, and lots of other RLM places, including Spreaker, which is where it's being recorded, Knockwood. So, how's y'all doing on this Freaker Friday? I hope you're having an absolutely splendiferous day, and I hope we have an absolutely splendiferous weekend as well. Let me go see who all is playing where. Go check on FakeyBook. I don't think I had anybody on FakeyBook, but that doesn't surprise me. It is a Friday. I see grandbaby pictures. Not my grandbabies, but grandbabies are just cute. They are just cute. But nope, nobody playing along over on FakeyBook. And over in the corner pocket, I got a duck in the corner pocket. And it took 18,087.655 seconds. Apparently nobody's playing over there right now, but hey, I got a duck. Over here on this effing site, Freedom's Network. Thank you, Grimner, for tweeting me over here. Posting it over here. Dersh. Grimmy's over here. The lovely Tessa made it here. Hey, Tessa, how's things in your world? I saw that you're making all kind of homemade goodies. That's just awesome. I also see Katie Troxel is over here. And who else has been playing over here? Hey, Fukin Tom is here. Oh, it's a balls to the wall Friday? Oh, you flying solo, Grimmy? You know more than 2 or 3 and you're no longer washing. just saying. Let's see. Okay, over on Twitter. Yeah, shit, I closed my Twitter. Jabberwocky retweeted me. Thank you ever so much, JJ's. I know that's your alter ego over there. And let me see, how many do I gained another stalker. Cool beans. Also, Grimmy, or the Real Liberty Media, Barman, tweeted me over here, as well as Freedom's Network. Thank you ever so much, you guys. Truly do appreciate it. All the advertising you do for me, and people click on and they go, oh, good Lord, who is this crazy woman? I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. It's kind of like someone told me I needed to act my age, and I said, how do I know how to act my age? I haven't been this age before. So I'm learning just like the rest of y'all. Okay, who is that? Feminists. Oh, feminazis. Let's see. Julie Klausner and season 3 of Difficult People. Well, I think feminazis are difficult people, but that's just me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut down Twitter because it kind of drains my tin can and kite string internet. So, let's see who is over here in the RLM, which is where you need to be, by the way, if you're going to give me static. Because this is where I pretty much pay attention to what in the hell's... Okay, I'm lying. I kind of sort of pay attention. But, let's see. Wow, got quite a crew going on here. And what the hell you guys... Oh, you're talking about Bitcoin. Okay, at least I'll give Bitcoin one thing. Because at least it's not lying about it being made up digital currency. Whereas the rest of it is just... You know, they try and convince you that this is real. This is magic paper, and it has magic ink, and therefore it's very special, and it's worth way more than what you want to eat over there. Yeah, right. Oh well, over here in the RLM, right up top, I see Barman, who is the most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world. Just saying. I also see Cowboy Tech is here. Hope you're hearing pleasant voices, darling. And looky there, Grimner, the RLM god, is here, and he's going to be flying solo later on this evening. Not going to be the Freakers ball, it's going to be balls to the wall. So that does sound rather painful, honey. You will probably ought to see someone about that. I also see the lovely Kate is here. Hey there, Kate. How you doing, sweetie? And Asmo is logged in, but not showing up again, because that's just the way Asmodeus rolls. The lovely Beth Z is here. Hey, Beth. How are things up there in the very, very north part of this continent? Well, not very north, but it's very north to me. What? Wow, Woody. Amazon told you to do that? Holy smokes. I also see Chalcedony is here. Doesn't want to have that O going on tonight. What's going on with you? Oh, who you telling to piss up a rope? I have never seen anybody do that. So therefore, it must not really happen, because I haven't seen any video or photographic evidence. No pics, didn't happen. I also see the lovely Chloe is here. Hey, Chloe, how you doing? You going to get those Bose speakers? I saw you chatting about that earlier today. And I'm here, kind of, sort of, on this Freaker Friday. I also see IB Don C, but I think he is probably out with his Mary having a wonderful supper, because she's home this evening. Java Doctor 2 is in the house. Hey, sweetheart. How's things in your world? How's that lovely little Lily doing? JJ's is here. Hey, JJ's. Thank you ever so much for tweeting me over there on Twitter. I truly do appreciate it. RLM Fluke is here. That is the Vanna White of the RLM chat, don't you know? Rob Works is here. Thank you for firing up that bubbler, Rob Works. I took a little hit while Adele was going, so I wouldn't be too screwed up. as if there's such a thing as me being too screwed up. Trust no one is here. You untrusting little bugger. You really need to trust someone, even if it's just you. Eat shit and die. You know, I've seen my dogs eat shit, and they're still here. Oh, Woody, you're so funny. Let's see. Who else is here? Vinny! Hey, Vinny. How's things going in Mount Shasta, or on Mount Shasta? Are you still here? Are you just logged in and maybe just possibly? Oh, hey, Grimmy has a video of someone pissing up a rope. Sweet! So it must have happened at least once. Cool. Well, that just disproves the whole trickle-down theory then, don't it? Beetle's here. Hey, Beetle. How you doing, hon? How's things going with the Mini? It sucks when you have to deal with fuel tanks and fuel pumps and all that fun shit. But I hope you get it all figured out and fixed, because I know the Mini is your baby. BTC Bob is here. Hey there. Is that the first of how many Bobs do I have? I only have 2, so you're the first of the Bob twins. Colfax 101, a.k.a. Ninsun Dubois. Don't tell anybody, though, because he's flying under his alter ego. Dimma is here, and Dimma is really a pretty sharp cookie, and Dimma is also very friendly. Dimma likes ducks. He makes friends with ducks, as opposed to some of you guys that are always shooting them ducks, you big bullies. Frumpy is here. Hey, Frumpy. How's things in Frumpy land? I didn't have time to get changed into my Frumpy clothes. Well, actually, I did have time, but I just didn't take time to get changed into my Frumpy clothes. I also see guest 72801. Wow, you've been here since Wednesday. You like just hanging out watching everybody? Are you a peeping guester as opposed to a peeping Tom? A cybernetic peeper. How creepy is that? This is fun. I also see Jehovah One is here. No kabooms, okay? Please? Because, wow, there's some big, bad, nasty shit come through out here. Last night, was that? Yeah, last night come through. About 50 miles east of here. And yum. The hail ranged between tennis ball size and softball to grapefruit size, depending on how you wish to measure it. But oh my lord, it looks like a demilitarized zone down there. I mean, that whole town just got pummeled. It's horrid. Horrid, horrid, horrid. And there were people that were stuck out on the interstate. One of our customers came back, or drove home with his windshield all spiderwebbed and his back glass out. And he was telling us that there were 2 semis off the side of the road and blown over by the wind. And he said somewhere between 20 and 25 cars sitting on the side of the road, and they all had every bit of glass busted out of them. So can you imagine? Those people didn't have accidents, but I'll bet you their drawers weren't clean. 'Cause I'm sure mine would not have been. Oy, scary, scary stuff. I also see Juana Taco is here. And you know what, hon? I saw a taco pie recipe, and I just might have to make that this weekend. I'll show pics and tell you how yummy it was. But no, I won't share. I also see Kozu is in the house. How you doing, Kozu? And looky there, the lovely Miri B from Down Under. Hope everything's going well for you, sweetheart. And Moy is here. I haven't seen Moy chit-chat either. Are you one of those strong silent types? Phantom Link 29 is in the house. Once again, thank you, darling, for that wonderful intro. I truly do appreciate it. It's so much fun. Poxified is here. I first saw Poxified over in the corner pocket on that Crush and Run thing, and wow, that place is just really, really quiet. There ain't nobody in there hanging out or nothing. Dang. Pawn Sauce, Pon Sauce. I think Pon Sauce is an alter ego of someone else we all know and love. I also see the lovely Rain is here. Hey there, Rain. How are you doing, sweetie? Sock Puppet! Sock Puppet has been the strong silent type today as well, or at least I haven't seen him chitty-chatting, which really doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot because I've been kind of sort of busy. Tip Bob is here. Hey, Tip Bob, you are the last, the other half of the Bob twins. Vil E _ who normally rounds out the crew, but this evening he got beat out for that position by the one, the only, the Woodman. Hey, Woody. Party. How you doing, hun? Look at that. I got through it in 15 minutes. Damn, that's a record. Okay. Serial entrepreneur launches kosher cryptocurrency only for Jews. That's discriminatory. Bastards. Only for Jews. Hey, Lou. Flasheroonie. That's for you, hun. Oh, something. And Woody must be getting something that ships from China. Okay. Well, seeing as how it's Freaker Friday, we're going to end. Things are getting awfully damn deep out there. You know, with all of this North Korea brouhaha and ISIS is losing. Oh, darn. You mean that manufactured and trained with U.S. dollars controlled opposition is losing. Excuse me, that's the boogeyman of the month, isn't it? Yeah. Darn, they're losing. I think they're doing that just so they can thump their chests and say, see, we're winning the war on terror. No, you're not, because you're creating more terror. Ain't no winning when you create more of it, you assholes. Oh, well. From thegatewaypundit.com, I saw this over on Twitter and just had to go there. Officials state that a federal prosecutor investigating visa fraud in Wasserman Schultz's district shot himself in the head. But no gun was found. Huh. Wow. I also saw this posted earlier in the RLM chat, but yeah, this reminded me. It's like, wow, how do you do that? A federal prosecutor's body was discovered in Hollywood, Florida Beach on May the 24th. He was shot in the head. What is that? Burrington J. Wisenant Jr. Damn, that's a weird-ass name. His body was found in May by a random individual. Oh, those random individuals. You know, that's like joggers. I don't trust joggers because, you know, joggers always find dead bodies or decomposing bodies. And it's just freaking creepy when they do that. Damn it all. But in any case, he was found by a random individual. The police were investigating at the time to determine if his death was homicide, suicide, or something else. I'm wondering what that something else could possibly have been. Apparently, he worked for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami in its Major Crimes Unit, and he was handling several visa and passport fraud cases in Debbie Does D.C. Wasserman Schultz's district, which, okay, have y'all seen Debbie Wasserman Schultz? You gotta be pretty freaking desperate to want to do that. Just, man, if my gate swung that way, I would lock the son of a bitch whenever she come by. That girl just ain't purty. Not at all. Apparently now, officials say that his death was a suicide and he shot himself in the head. But no gun was ever found. Why? Because it's magic! Fuck you! There's first F-bomb of the night, by the way. Detectives and a medical examiner found he had shot himself in the head, Hollywood police said. Police searched for 2 blocks north and south of the crime scene but couldn't find the gun or any other weapon. He was assigned to the Miami office of the U.S. Attorney's Office and been hired as a federal prosecutor a few months earlier. But, you know, it's one of those magic guns. You know, they had the magic bullet when Kennedy was shot, and now they have a magic gun. Although they only looked north and south, why didn't they look east and west? Why? Because that's where the wicked witches reside. That's why. You know, like Debbie Wasserman Schultz to the east and Hillary Clinton to the west. I wouldn't want to come up against either one of those. I'm thinking, even though this was in Florida, he was arkancided. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, Tom W., welcome aboard, hon. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. There's an awful lot of freaky shit going on. Awful lot. And yeah, when you can shoot yourself in the head to commit suicide and then stash the gun all at the same time, you are an overachiever in that suicide-y thing. Don't you know? So, I just had to start off with that because I had to get that out of the way because I got other freaky stuff to check out. So, let's see here. Yeah, we'll do that one. And we'll do that one. I have to do my little emoticons. Okay. What? Okay, now for something a little bit happier. Lovely Catherine in Ireland shared this. Please don't worry so much, because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting, and if you're ever distressed, cast your eyes to the summer sky, when the stars are strung across a velvety night, and when a shooting star streaks through the blackness, turning night into day. Make a wish and think of me. Make your life spectacular. That is a quote that Robin Williams, or actually a movie line, but it's a quote from Robin Williams in the movie Jack. And it just coincidentally, Perseid meteor shower has been going on for a while, but tonight through Sunday is supposed to be the height of the meteor shower. You should be able to see lots and lots of them. You need to look, I believe it's to the northeast to be able to catch most of them. Although last year I just sat out in front of my house and just kind of laid my head back and just watched the whole sky. At least while I wasn't throwing a ball from my goofy dogs. Because, well, they're not much for star watching. They want to see the ball go flying. They don't care about shooting stars. So, but yeah, life is very fleeting, and we are finding that out with lots of people that are all of a sudden, it is flittering by because someone decided that they no longer needed to reside in this earthly realm. Yes, Beetle. I am on, sweetheart. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Beetle, it's on RLM. Channel 3. Goofy Beetle. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my pocket because I have lots and lots of things. Well, okay, I don't have lots of things in there, but I do have this, which is just pretty frickin' freaky. Frickin' freaky. Say that 3 times fast. I triple dog dare ya. That. So this is from trustedfinancialnews.com. Did you know that there is a freedom tax out there? You are free to pay this tax. Well, okay, you're not free to pay this tax, but you will pay this tax, or you will buy this overpriced insurance that ain't worth a shit anyway, but you are free to purchase that insurance or pay this tax. Although it's not really a tax, it's a fine for not purchasing their shitty ass insurance, but hey, who's mincing words here, huh? Apparently, the individual health care mandate requires every American to buy health insurance or pay a fine. But it's a tax, really. Seriously, it's a tax. It's a tax for not purchasing something, which is just really bass-ackwards. I thought, sales tax was supposed to be applied to things that you purchased, not a tax for things that you don't purchase and are not interested in purchasing, or just flat-ass can't afford to. So what are they going to do? They're going to start taxing me for the yacht that I oogled over a couple years ago and went, ooh, that would be nice, but no, can't afford it, ain't going to go there. Not that I would really want one anyway, but, it was one of those moments where I went, ooh, that's kind of cool. So, just thinking, ooh, that's kind of cool, that means that I'm subject to the tax for that yacht? I don't think so. Oh, well. Apparently, in 2016, 6.5 million Americans chose to pay the fine rather than sign up for insurance on the Dangleberry death care exchanges. Why? Because that insurance really wasn't any cheaper than the shit out there in the marketplace, and it was way worse coverage. How do I know this? Because I have friends that went on there to check it out. And then, when they decided, nah, not interested, they started getting all kinds of threatening emails. Yeah. It's like, wow, don't go there. Don't go there. The mandate has always been the most unpopular part of Dangleberry's healthcare law, officially known as the Affordable Care Act, which once again, I remind you, any time the government names a bill, a law, an act, whatever, a regulation, whatever you wish to call it, one of their edicts passed down from on high, whenever they name it one thing, you can be rest assured, you can bet on your grandma's life and your inheritance that you might get from her that it's going to do the exact opposite of what the title says. So this whole Affordable Care Act is so outrageously unaffordable that people would much rather pay a fucking fine than purchase this shitty ass insurance. That's how you fix a health insurance problem in this country. No, the way you fix the health insurance problem in this country is, number one, tort reform. People start bringing frivolous lawsuits and they get thrown out of court. Make that person pay for all the court costs and for both sides' lawyers. That's number one. Number two, get the fuck out of the healthcare business completely, because the government has absolutely nothing to do with your health and well-being or you're trying to continue being healthy, or you're even wishing to have some kind of procedure to make you more healthy. The government doesn't want that happening. No. Else they would not be spraying us like bugs with all those chemtrails that are not real. Yeah, I saw that over on Imgur the other day, and it's like, what? Wow, this person not only drank the Kool-Aid, they went swimming in it. Wow. Oh well. Back to this article. In addition to those who pay the fine rather than buy the mandated levels of insurance, 15 million people would drop their Obamacare coverage if it were legal to do so. Do it anyway. Do it anyway, because their legal schmeagle shit is not legal. It's not. Just because they put it on a piece of paper does not make it so. This does not necessarily mean that these individuals want to go without insurance. Dangleberry Death Care requires every insurance policy to cover a set of what it defines as essential health benefits. Yeah, what it defines. The more benefits that a plan covers, the more expensive it is. Some people prefer, or might prefer, to buy less comprehensive insurance at a lower cost. For example, one option might be to buy insurance only for major healthcare costs such as surgeries or hospitalizations. Since most Americans receive health insurance from their employer, the rising cost of healthcare is a key factor holding down wage growth. And it will also add to the unemployment lines if they push through this frickin' $15 an hour minimum wage, because they already have the expense of the higher insurance rates, or employers are just flat ass dropping it altogether. So if the cost of benefits were the same today as a generation ago, the average pay for full-time workers would be more than $3,300 higher annually. Some people might prefer the bigger paycheck and less comprehensive coverage, although that's not an option where I work. So I'm clicking on the link to get to the full story, which is on ballotpedia.org. Thank you ever so much. And you know what? It didn't take me to the full story. Damn it. Oh, no. There it is. I have to click a link on the bottom. Damn it. Although I do want to go back to that one it brought me to. So, let's see here. Okay, the healthcare policy analyst, Bob Lazewski, believes that the ongoing unpopularity of Dangleberry Death Care insurance coverage raises questions about stability in the individual health insurance market. Note, this is a market. It is a for-profit industry, people. Do you really think they're going to offer you something that they're going to lose money on? Think again. Snake oil salesmen sound right about the same level as this shit. He also notes that only about 40% of those eligible for subsidies have signed up for coverage. In what other business or government program would such a dismal acceptance by those who it was targeted to serve be considered a success? Well, that is a success, because what it does is it collects funds whether you buy their product or not. It's a win-win for them. That is a success, people. For them, not for the rest of us. Lazewski was named the Washington Post Wonk Blog Pundit of the Year for 2013 for his coverage of Dangleberry Death Care rollout, and he does acknowledge that things may well be looking more stable if insurance company profits are the only measure. Yeah. They were hiking the rates 2 years before this shit even went into effect. Hospital revenue has increased significantly since the passage of the Death Care Act. Additionally, there has been a growing consolidation of healthcare industry through the mergers and acquisitions, which, can you say monopoly? It is not a pleasant thought, is it? You get monopolies, you lose any kind of freedom. Any kind. What you buzzing about, Beetle? Bzzz. Hi, Bee. Hi, Vinny. I see you're chitty-chatting. Black bears. Oh, black bears? Okay. Let me put this over here on this Freedoms Network as well, and then I'm going to find something a little, well, no, probably not a little more fun, but it caught my eye. So, yes, and this is a stinking pile of poo, by the way. For those of you that haven't recognized it for what it is. Where's my other? There it is. The pile of poo with flies. Okay. Yes. Okay. Dun dun. Now, go back. Okay. From ballotpedia.org by Scott Rasmussen. This is the one that he did today. A Washington Post study found that 37 large popo departments around the nation have fired 1,881 officers since 2006. Not near enough as far as I'm concerned. However, the departments were later forced to rehire 451 of them. In other words, roughly 1 out of 4 fired officers were later rehired. Doesn't that make you feel wonderful? The firings stem from behavior including challenging a handcuffed man to fight, sexually abusing a young woman in his patrol car, and driving a suspected gunman from the scene of a nightclub killing. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do, right? Keeping the peace? Yeah, copping a feel? Getting a piece of the action? Yeah, that's about the only piece they're doing. An earlier number of the day showed that during the 15-month period, the IRS rehired 213 employees who had left due to misconduct. Wow. How many of y'all got rehired after you got fired from a place? How many of y'all wanted to go back to a place that you got fired from? Apparently that happened because the IRS officials deciding whom to hire were not provided with past IRS employment history. Well, you know, communication is key. If you don't share that information, then the turds that float back to the top wind up getting thrown back into the stew. Yummy. The IRS said that the cost involved in providing such information was not likely to yield a reasonable return on investment. Oh, really? Well, that's because you guys ain't footing the bill, are ya? It's the rest of us that are footing that bill. Thank you very little. In contrast, the police officers were able to regain their positions due to union contract rules. Yay. With all 37 police departments having a police union contract that guarantees an appeal of disciplinary measures, which is probably why nothing is happening to these asshats that you keep seeing in the news lately, because frickin' unions. Unions have way outlived any kind of usefulness they may have had in the past. The Post found that most of the 451 regained their jobs when police chiefs were overruled by arbitrators. Typically, lawyers hired to review the process. Oh, lawyers, aka liars, in a suit, which is why they had to remove the 10 Commandments from courthouses, because it caused a hostile work environment for Yeah, thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbors. Yeah. I don't think there's a single one of those that a lawyer doesn't break on a daily basis. Or at least most of them. In many cases, the underlying misconduct was undisputed. But arbitrators often concluded that the firings were unjustified because departments had been too harsh, missed deadlines, lacked sufficient evidence, or failed to interview witnesses. Charles H. Ramsey, who is a former Philadelphia police commissioner, told the Post that it's demoralizing to the rank and file who really don't want to have those kind of people in their ranks. Which, yes, it is. Another thing that's demoralizing for the rank and file is when one of them actually gets the gumption to step up and call someone out for being a total ass munch, and then they get harassed by their coworkers, get threatened by their coworkers. Some of them actually do have physical harm done to them by their coworkers, and there are no repercussions for those that do this shit. Hey, welcome aboard, Poxified. Who puts turds in stew? I don't know, people that, well, you know, I hear that they make burgers out of shit now over in Japan. You know, them mix shit burgers. Ay. Yeah, and I don't know who puts turds in stew, but it just fell out. Never mind. I don't cook like that. Honest and for true. I'm a very good cook. Just ask me, I tell ya. Oh, and this is a load of shit. My sweetie's listening in here. Let's see. Where was I going? I don't know. That's half the fun. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah. I saw this the other day too. Actually, yesterday, seeing as how it's dated the 10th of August. From ABC13.com. Did you know that there was an unarmed Russian Air Force jet that flew over the Pentagon, Capitol, CIA, and White House? Did you know that? Huh. And nothing happened. Apparently an unarmed Russian Air Force reconnaissance jet flew over several government buildings and landmarks in the nation's capital on Wednesday, including the Pentagon, the Capitol, the National Mall, and the White House. ABC News has confirmed this. Ooh, hey, somebody confirmed it. What'd they do? Go ask somebody else at the water cooler? That's about the extent of their journalistic integrity anymore. The flight over what is normally some of the most secure airspace in the nation was allowed under the Treaty of Open Skies, which allows participating countries the opportunity to take aerial imagery anywhere over participating countries' territory to promote transparency about military activities. Wink, wink. Yeah, transparencies to them. But there ain't nothing else in the government that's transparent except for how good they are at lying. The Russian jet, a Tupolev Tu-154M, also flew over the Central Intelligence Agency headquarters in Virginia, as well as Camp David and Joint Base Andrews in Maryland. Joint Base Andrews. Well, I'll just move along because my mind went to a naughty place. According to flight data obtained by the aircraft's monitoring website, Flight Radar 24, the Russian aircraft took off from Dayton, Ohio. What the hell? What the hell? We got Ruskies in Dayton, Ohio? Okay, I know my ancestry is German-Russian on my mom's side. But I didn't know we had Russian aircraft in Dayton, Ohio. When the hell did this shit happen? Was that during the Reagan era? Apparently, a second flight Wednesday afternoon, the aircraft flew over Bedminster, New Jersey, where POTUS Trumpelstiltskin was taking a working vacation during White House renovations. So what are they doing in the White House? I want to know, because that's supposed to be our house. What are they doing? Are they changing the drapes to match the carpet? Inquiring minds want to know. Or are they just replacing things that the Dangleberry crew made off with when they moved out? Because from what I understand, they kind of five-finger discounted quite a few things. Maybe not as much as Shitlery tried to get away with, but they still did five-finger discount a few things. The Russian flights, first reported by CNN. Holy shit, CNN actually reported something that... Okay, this is on the internet. It's probably not true anyway, but what the hell, we're playing with it. They were conducted under Open Skies Treaty signed by 34 countries, including USA and Russia. Open Skies allows for unarmed, wink wink, aerial surveillance flights over the entire territory of a participating country. Well, next time I see a jet flying over, I don't know if I want to flip the bird or if I want to wave. I ain't going to moon them because somebody will probably come down and nail my sorry ass because the glow blinded them, but, you know, what the hell. Apparently the United States flies over Open Skies missions over Russian territory as well. They come here just like we go there, a U.S. official said. It's mutually agreed progress. Yeah. Well, I prefer mutually agreed progress to mutually agreed destruction, but unless those two mean the same thing, and then I'm not too keen on it. The U.S. Defense Threat Reduction Agency, or DTRA. How many goddamn agencies do we need here? Is that another one of make-work things? Jeez. Apparently they noted that unclassified imagery gathered in the March 2014 during the German U.S. flight over Russia's borders with Ukraine helped prove Russian military activities in eastern Ukraine despite Russian denials. Okay, we also found that, or some other people did a little bit deeper investigating than the mainstream media is used to having to do because, you know, they just expect people to just swallow whatever swillage they put out there. And apparently, yeah, those may have been real pictures, but they weren't of where they said they were. Oh, darn. There went that storyline. Apparently, the officials said that Russia typically flies Open Skies missions in the United States over command infrastructure, key locations, and other critical infrastructure, like farmland, I'm thinking, breadbasket of America right out here where I live. That includes flights over national security landmarks in Washington, D.C., through airspace that is always off limits to American civilian aircraft. So what's the deal, Pickle? Why is it that supposedly these people that they're supposed to be our enemies or enemas, however you wish to put that, why is it that they can fly over these places but we can't? Especially if it's a shorter route, you know, so save a little gas, cut back on those CO2 emissions that y'all say we're so responsible for causing global warming shit. It's just a bunch of crap. That's just not right. Apparently, Russian Open Skies flights in the U.S. are coordinated with the Federal Aviation Administration and carry U.S. Air Force personnel who serve as escorts. So we wonder here, could this possibly be some of those UFOs that we see? Are they trying out experimental equipment on us? Playing nanny boo boo? It gets curiouser and curiouser. The DTRA would not confirm Wednesday's Russian flights, but said a typical mission conducted under the treaty has multiple flights taking place over several days. Per stipulations in the Open Skies Treaty, visiting aircraft are allowed to use specific wet film equipment. Wet film equipment. Once again, my mind went to a naughty place. Or digital sensors to take aerial surveillance photos that are later shared with host nations. Ah, so are they cruising the beaches? Looking for babes in bikinis? I'm thinking that's probably something that would have happened in, like, let's see, Spies Like Us? Excuse me, the U.S. flies OC-135B aircraft when it conducts such missions over Russia and other countries. Obviously, they're not looking for bikini-clad babes in Russia, or at least not in the Siberia area. So, isn't that very interesting? And yet, these things have to be declassified. So they have open skies shit. And yet, we can't have open what? Open records? Open meetings? Sharing of information? What the hell? Okay. I see I'm not the only one that has a naughty mind. Oh. That's right, Poxified. This proves it. Trump is in cahoots with Russia. Actually, I have actually seen the pictures. Trump has Russian ties. Or no, Putin has ties from Trump or with Trump. They're ties that say Trump on them, on the back side, on the label. They're apparently his brand, whatever. Or maybe his wife's brand. I don't know. Quick, assemble the fart squad. Oh. We need a fart squad? Well, you asked for it. I just had to. Sock! I see you, sock puppet. Open sesame. No, that doesn't ever work. No. Okay, did I not hit? I didn't. There you go. I thought I hit enter, but apparently I forgot. Show and tell time. That's true. Open says the ass. Yeah. Oh, hey, that's almost like a Dr. Seussian kind of thing. There you go. Okay. Knocked. What the heck? Why is it saying that? That ain't the one that's playing right now. Help me! No, I know I changed the date. I know I did. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you need to refresh, hon. That is kind of weird. Help me! Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Okay, I'm going to go back to snooping because I'm playing and I probably ought to put this over on that effing site, shouldn't I? I think I should. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, when you have Guberment heads that get together, it's just, number one, that's just really an ugly image. It really is. But, wow. You know, they play well with each other. It reminds me of All-Star Wrestling. You know, they sit there and they talk shit the whole damn time they're wrestling. But, you know, just prior to the wrestling match and after the wrestling match, they're going, so, you coming over for supper yet? The old lady's wanting to know. Yeah, she fixed roast beef. So you coming over? Hey, bring a nice Chianti. I can't do that nearly as well as Flasher does. Okay. Oh! I'm sorry, Sock. Oh, shit, and I missed the duck over here, too. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, I like that Archangel song. Sorry. Okay. What? Well, that's just weird. And I pushed all the buttons you told me to, Grammy. I don't know why it doesn't work. Damn it. Damn it. That's just fucked up, dude. I think I'm overachieving on the F-bombs tonight. Well, you know, they're talking about bombing North Korea, so may as well, right? Okay, let's see what this one is. I have another one here that's an invitation to freedom, and I'm kind of wondering what the hell. Because I saw the headline and stuck it in my pocket, and now I don't remember what the hell it was about. So, let's check it out, shall we? Oh, it's from Reagan Kelly. I know. Who was that? Frumpy. Frumpy said he would follow her. Frumpy, you horn dog. She's a pretty little thing. Okay. It's etherealself.wordpress.com. So, it has been said that actions speak louder than words. In the economy, we know this to be true. There are many minds seeking to shape the world around them, and the aspiration of a peaceful and efficient society is not lacking in humanity. It is the understanding of the means towards this aspiration. So while many seek to shape the world around them for what they think is best, it is important they consider their means and ends. What's that, hon? Okay. Thank you, Grammy. Sorry, Beetle. That's all, folks. I wrote my brain. The duck was over in the corner pocket, hun. I have my squirrel moments, okay? Okay, back to this. So, where was I? Yeah. While many seek to shape the world around them for what they think is best, it's important to consider their means and ends. Some try navigating change through the Guberment, which, no, that's not ever going to work. That's usually too much futility. Gotta agree with you, hon. Some try changing the world through their ideas and arguments, often to some degree of success. It's not until you take those ideas and arguments that put you in that when you put it actually into action, which I need to stop putting my input in and just read what she has to say. Yet there is an alternative and often more effective way to spread an individual's idea. Guess what? Action! Lights, camera, click, action. So, for the way you vote with how you spend your money will always be more effective than how you cast your vote in a ballot. Correctamundo. I've been saying that for a couple years now. So I agree with this wholeheartedly. And how you spread any idea with your actions will always be more effective than by mere arguments alone. Because you can argue till the cows come home about how wonderful communism is on paper, how wonderful socialism is on paper, how wonderful capitalism is on paper, how wonderful any kind of ism is on paper. It's when you put it into action that it goes to shit. Oh, she goes on to say, and what you create from a theory's practice will always bear more fruit than a theory alone. True. It is high time for people to consider effective means to achieve real models of their ideas rather than mere arguments alone. This is true as we try to spread individual freedom and liberty in an age where people subconsciously think the government is G-O-D, God. And no, I do not believe that should be capitalized. That should all be lowercase. That being said, we must adopt innovative strategies for spreading not just the theory of freedom, but real freedom. And real freedom is not free, peeps. Real freedom takes work, takes being willing to and also doing, the act of taking personal responsibility for your words and deeds. It's a lot of work. You got to roll up an awful lot of shirt sleeves, physically and metaphorically. The key is using economics, of course, a power we all possess, which, yes, vote with your dollars, peeps. While dollars are running things right now, which I don't see that going on forever, but they are doing things right now. So while they are, use them to your advantage. She goes on to say that this is a vital point that seems to be missing from many libertarian minds when considering the means of economic liberty, which I would like to invite you to consider. The practice of the theory, or agorism. It's another ism. Makes me worried. While the economic theory of the market is indeed an important part of the means, it needs applicable practice in the real world to demonstrate its true value. Ultimately, the free market will speak for the free market. Just like the truth does not need you to defend it, it stands on its own. All you got to do is recognize it. This is better than the best economist or philosopher. It will stand on its own, and it will speak for itself. I present 3 main reasons why we must introduce the practice as a strategy just as much as we need to introduce the theory. The first reason I would like to draw upon is that many people are hands-on learners, which I know I am, and simply don't want to learn about economics. It seems dreadful and irrelevant to them. They're not interested. However, when they can see the free market at work, this is when they begin to understand. When they can see its effects and actually participate in it, this is when people actually want to learn the theory. It is through my practice of the free market agorism that I have been able to build a community of anarchists where I live. Not theory initially. People are hands-on learners and need to experience a true free market instead of the crony capitalism we live in before they're interested in using the theory. And that does work really well out here in these smaller communities because we have a lot of farmers markets and people produce what they know people will buy. The second reason is that the practice of the free market creates, believe it or not, economic freedom. It creates a free market, albeit an underground economy, that encourages voluntary cooperation among the people for mutual benefit. It creates peaceful and efficient alternatives to the state. It creates competition with the state, which is why the state doesn't like it. It creates independence for the people, another reason the state does not like it. It encourages entrepreneurship, another thing the state doesn't like because it doesn't want you thinking for yourself. It shows them, not just in theory, but in empirical evidence, the real works of the free market, even if it must compete alongside a violent state for now. It creates a new economy with the free market, hence it creates an alternative, better system to the current state and encourages people to navigate the free market. And I don't was it Rob Works that said earlier in the chat today something about trading time, which really is your most valuable commodity when you trade time for the products that you wish. It's a very valuable commodity. The third reason is the effects of the free market produces on the state. Free market action acts as the ultimate civil disobedience to a tyrannical state. It siphons power away from the state's legitimacy by directing the economic energy elsewhere. In fact, between using alternative currencies, such as bartering your time for the goods you wish to purchase, creating private better services, and dissolving the illusion of state being the supreme authority of man, it hits every critical pillar of the state's power, or assumed power. It siphons away both the human energy and monetary funding invested into the state and directs it into a new system, an economy created by the people. There are reasons why the state cracks down on even the smallest acts of commerce. Over time, the acts of many individuals has a large impact on the economy and hence our economic freedom. It comes as a surprise to me that some people who spend so much time thinking and speaking about the empowerment of free market theory forget to recognize the market's power when it's actually in action to create a free market. Perhaps they haven't witnessed all of the underground activities that go on, that no matter how small, encourage and build economic freedom at a massive level. For it is not some huge revolutionary act that we need. And it's not an untouchable power keeping the evil at bay. It is the social cooperation of the acts of thousands of individuals that is the real say of society. So while, of course, it is important to spread knowledge of the theory, this attempt is hardly effective without real appliance of the free market in action. It is the free market in action that will answer for itself, showing it as an effective mechanism of social cooperation. It is the free market that will encourage the free market. It is the free market that will outcompete the state. Or, so through my view, I've seen a transformation just in the small town I live, in people making the move towards individual freedom and away from the state using their economic power. It is nearly the beginning of the movement, and efficient and peaceful private services already are appearing on the market that threaten the state's legitimacy or assumed / accepted legitimacy. You have to accept it for it to be legitimate. Despite the infighting, libertarians, anarcho-capitalists, and agorists will agree the free market is the means to peaceful efficiency of the economy and the epitome of social cooperation. So perhaps instead of trying to only use theory to debate, as a universal libertarian theory could never exist, to include the practice to spread economic freedom. For this is not the goal of the is this not the goal of the free market, to achieve a feedback system? From that allows the ideas that satisfy the most to see profit, and the ones that satisfy the least to see loss, Yeah, like all of those companies that got bailed out the last time, they caused the problem and then they got rewarded for causing the problem. Instead of it was back when I still believed that it made a frickin' difference. I sent an email to my representative and he responded to it. I'm sure it was a form email, but still. Sent an email to him telling him that, instead of bailing out all of those corporations that caused this problem in the first place, the amount of money that you're talking about using to bail out those too big to fail corporations, you could have given each taxpayer in this country $28,000 to $32,000 easily. And that would have stimulated the economy way more than bailing out the asshats that caused the problem in the first place. And the response I got back was, I truly appreciate your input in this matter, and we'll look into what you suggested. That sounds like a viable idea. Sincerely. Thanks. I felt the smoke getting blown up my ass. It was not a pleasant feeling. Trust me. Tried to tell him that's an exit only, but would he listen? No. Okay. So with practice, different flavors of liberty can coexist and compete. This is a remarkable idea of startup societies, special economic zones, private cities, seasteads, which build a market of governances that will likely one day outcompete state governance in being much more peaceful and efficient, satisfying more people than the current model of a coercive state, because it has to be a coercive state because their ideas are so good they have to force you to comply. In fact, acting as a real model of an idea rather than just an argument. In the words of the Startup Society Foundation, don't argue, build. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. That was Buckminster Fuller. So, I liked that blog. I liked it a lot. Easily? What is ourworld.org? Oh, thank you, RobWorks. CommunityTimeExchange.org. That is cool. Cool. Thank you for those links, Rob. Sweet. How awesome. Okay, I gotta check these out. Thank you, Rob. You the man. Not only do you provide the bubbler, but you provide awesome links too. Cool. I will have to go check those out. I opened the links, but I will check them out after I get done here. So, let's do that. Okay. Back to my pocket I go. And why am I going back to my pocket? Because I found something rather ethereal. There's all this hullabaloo about what's going on in the sky, which, yeah, there is an awful lot of shit going on in the sky. There's always a lot of shit going on in the sky. Whether they're playing tic-tac-toe in the sky and saying, oh, it's just your imagination. Those are just contrails. They're not chemtrails. That's vapor from the jet exhaust. Yeah, that's the story we're sticking with. Yeah, pay no attention to those nanoparticles that we're sprinkling everywhere. That's part of what's going on in the sky. a big part of what's going on in the sky. But there's also meteor showers going on, and we've also got eclipses going on. Now, apparently there was a lunar eclipse that I missed because I go to bed early because I'm an old person. Okay, I was tired because I had to go to work the next morning. You know, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, that kind of shit. So I usually tend to go to bed between 10 and 11. In any case, this is from themindunleashed.com. Thank you, Gary L., ever so much for sharing this. Next month, there will be 2 eclipses. Now, granted, this was written in July 31st. So, this month, actually, there will be 2 eclipses. A full moon eclipse on August the 7th, which I saw the full moon, watched it rise. Absolutely beautiful watching it rise. Didn't stay up for the eclipse. And a new moon eclipse on August the 21st in Leo. The August 21st eclipse will be a total solar eclipse visible in USA. And I got to thinking today, because I keep asking, how in the hell is this total solar eclipse moving backwards on the map? You know, because they say it's starting in Oregon and then it's progressing to the east. And I thought, no, that is opposite the rotation. That's counterclockwise to the rotation of the Earth. How in the hell can that be? And then I got to thinking, wait a minute here. That's because of time zones. So it may be at like 11:29 in Oregon, which would make it 10:29 in Mountain Time Zone, which would make it 9:29 in Central Time Zone, which would make it 8:29 in Eastern Time Zone. No, wait, I'm backwards. Wait a minute. Okay, 11:29. See, I hate these time zones. Okay, 11:29 Pacific Time would make it 12:29 Mountain Time, 1:29 Central Time, 2:29 Eastern Time. There you go. Now I got it figured out. I was backwards. Excuse me. I hate these time zone things. I totally understand that Circles has issues with it because, man, they pucker me up every damn time. And I have kids that live in another time zone, so it's like, wait a minute, I have to stop and think. So are they an hour behind me or an hour ahead? Son of a... Yeah, I hate when that happens. Strains my brain. Smoke rolls out my ears. Not pretty. Oh well. Apparently this article is an astrological interpretation of what these eclipses mean. So let's get metaphysical. Metaphysical. I hear Olivia Neutron Bomb singing Let's Get Physical, only I'm getting meta. Okay, to begin with, anyone reading this can research the following planetary placements and figure out for themselves what people say they mean. You can research Sun in Leo, Mars in Leo, Moon in Aquarius, Venus in Cancer, Sun conjuncts Mars, Sun sextiles Jupiter, which sounds very naughty, Sun let's say this again. Sun quincunx Neptune. That is just flat ass. That's got to be triple X. That's just all there's to, etc., etc., etc. I don't want to know. This shit's going. They're getting busy up in the solar system. Have you noticed that? And find a basic foundation of info for what these things mean. Interpreting the eclipse is putting all these pieces together and truly feeling for oneself what is accurate and inaccurate. So not only is there an interpretation and a translation and a feeling thing going on, in other words, it's pretty, well, it's astrology. What can you say? As I mentioned in my last astrology article about August as a whole, I think this month is finally the turning point after a long, hard year and a half or so of depressed, difficult energy for everyone, which, yeah, so far this year has had an awful lot of serious suckage going on. I have two family members that are actually a baby sis and a sister-in-law that are dealing with some very major medical issues right now. I have a niece that is dealing with major medical issues right now. Another niece that is finally recuperating from major medical issues. A brother that just had surgery. An uncle that damn near died. An auntie that did go through that doorway, and I can picture her sitting in her rocker glider thingy with kitty cats on her lap and all around her. I'm sure she's quite happy. She's no longer in pain. That's a good thing. So just in my world, it's been a rough frickin' year. Thankfully, I have not had any real traumas myself. I'm actually had kind of a blessing this year for my personal life, but that's a whole other where we're just not going to go there. Not right now. But in any case, so it's let's get out of this depressing energy. I'm ready for that. I know an awful lot of people that have had a rough year so far. Let's get out of this shit. So, back to this article. Studying astrology for the past several years, I've been slowly learning about what an eclipse really means. Astrologers theorize that an eclipse kind of solidifies an energy in the air for an extended period of time. That whenever or wherever an eclipse occurs, however it aspects the other planets and stars, that energy of the eclipse's peak is solidified in the air on Earth for some unknown period of time afterwards. So apparently, who wrote this? Trying to see. It does not say who wrote it in, so I'll just move along. Apparently, this writer has tested this theory, as with testing the accuracy of other components of astrology, and it seems to be like this. The more exact an eclipse is, the more exact the planetary aspects made to the sun and moon during the eclipse. For example, sun and moon square Saturn during the March 16th or 2016 eclipse, and sun and moon trine Uranus, that sounds painful, during the 2017 eclipse. The longer the eclipse's energy is solidified in the air on Earth. And by solidified in the air, I literally mean the feeling at the peak of the eclipse continues on and on in the atmosphere, in people's energy and feelings for several months after the eclipse. Now, this writer wasn't sure that the energy of the eclipse would stay stuck in the air that long after an eclipse before 2016. Then, after the total eclipse of March 8th, 2016, and the eclipse of September 2016 that locked into ultra malefic aspects, I realized, and I know I mispronounced that, I realized the effect of the eclipse absolutely can solidify the air for an extended period of time. This was the eclipse of March 16th. Or March 2016, excuse me. It squared Saturn. A Saturn square is one of the most harsh, depression-causing, inspiration-crushing aspects in all of astrology. It also locked into the once every 10-year Jupiter square Saturn, an absolutely brutal aspect. It's making you randy sock? Well, hey there. Sock, you're so silly. That's why I love you. So guess where the next solar eclipse occurred? In September of 2016. It also squared Saturn, locked into the extremely brutal once every 18-year aspect Saturn squared Neptune. This eclipse was so powerfully malefic, I truly believe that it made several months following it brutal for people, which I'm trying to remember what was going on during that time frame. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was kind of a rough go for a while there. Yeah. Moving along. So, not only that, but if an eclipse occurs on a certain spot in a person's astrology chart, such as an eclipse on your Mars, what? Oh, thank you, Tom W. Thank you. I didn't realize that. Like the effects of the moon, only longer. Great. So, okay, back to this. Such as an eclipse on your Mars, it can bring out the aspect of you for a few months. For example, if an eclipse happened on your Mars, you might feel your fire and energy rise to the surface in you for a few months. So Sock, you might be feeling really randy then. If an eclipse happened on a generation's Neptune placement, their spirituality might all rise up at once for a few months, and they may all feel a wave of energy at once. So, I will get the ultimate test of what an eclipse does in a week and a half. At that time, an eclipse will occur exactly on my sun and moon in Aquarius and Leo. But the peak of the eclipse is so precisely aligned with my sun that it's only 0.08 degrees off, which, wow, that is very precise. The eclipse is at 15.25 degrees Aquarius, and my sun is at 15.33 degrees. Holy smokes. That's for the writer, the author here, not for me. So what might happen to me? I might get a blast of my own core energy, the thinking, learning energy of Aquarius. And I might feel my own core identity become dominant in my personality for a few months. So, since I'm a Leo, I wonder what that would do to moi. Oh God, my mom did my chart up years and years and years ago, and I read it once, and do you think I can find it now? I don't even know if I still have it. So, as for everyone else, this is my interpretation of what the eclipse will do. The best way to look at it is in pieces, aspects, and then the full picture of the eclipse is all of these aspects combined. So, the eclipse actually makes an astrological configuration called a yod, or a golden finger of God, as opposed to the grim finger, which we see in the chat occasionally. That's where two planets are opposing, and one of the opposing planets makes quincunx aspects of two other planets. I'm sorry, that's just such a funny, naughty sounding word. This is forming a shape like the green dotted lines in the chart above, which I probably should ought to just share this with you so you can see, because he refers to the charts he's got. Oh, and there's a test off to the side. See how brainwashed you are. I may have to do that after the show. What? Oh, crap. You know, hippos are really very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay, back to this article. So, thank you, Tom. The quincunx is a neutral, slightly positive aspect that simply fuses together two energies and mixes them. In this case, the equation is Sun and Mars in Leo mixing with Neptune in Pisces. And Pluto in Capricorn. It translates to a warm, energized human Leo energy that is filled with heart, spirituality, concern for humanity, and deep, watery Piscean things. Oh, deep, watery Piscean things. Like little fishies. Oh, my mind went somewhere else too. The Leo Pisces quincux is a particularly nice one because when you fuse warm Leo energies with selfless, heart-filled Pisces energy, you essentially get a warm Leo heart. Pisces. So you get a warm heart. Sweet! What was that? Oh. Okay. Yes, Beetle. Hippos are deadly and can run quite fast. Yes, they can. Very scary. Okay. Where was I at? So, when you add Pluto in Capricorn to the mix, it serves to add an intensity to it, as does Mars, and a serious Capricornian feel. So this configuration suggests a warm, fiery, masculine, and determined Sun, conjuncts Mars and Leo, solidification, eclipse, of the desire to feel heart, feel empathy for people, and to have concern for the future, which is Pisces, which may shed previously held ideas and change people with a serious tone of energy, which is Pluto and Capricorn. Now here's another huge sign that this eclipse is a positive and not negative omen. It makes positive aspects or sextiles and trines to the positive planet Jupiter. If that isn't a good omen, I don't know what is, yeah, I'll take your word for it. So, with Sun, Mars, sextile Jupiter in Libra, and Moon trine Jupiter during the eclipse, a massive, positive, just generally good feeling energy will guide people through the experience and give people a foundation to pursue what the purpose of the eclipse seems to be, which is found in Leo Pisces. Think of this eclipse as an omen of increased empathy, increased concern for other people, increased interest in the nature of life and spirituality. Leo has a unique obsession with understanding the nature of life and this existence, and so do Aquarius and Pisces. However, Leo is focused on the self when it comes to this pursuit of truth, whereas its opposite, Aquarius, is focused on humanity as a whole and not the self, which, yeah, I will admit that I do an awful lot of introspection. An awful lot. Pisces is very selfless, like Aquarius, so the Leo-Aquarius-Pisces mix is a perfect one that adds warmth and common sense to the humanitarian nature of this reality pursuing energy of Aquarius and Pisces. Aquarius and Pisces lack the warmth and common sense that Leo has, so when you mix it all together, you get a really strong equation of growing empathy and growing a desire to learn about the nature of this life and reality. Now, Mercury conjunct Orcus for an entire 2-week span between the eclipses is a hugely unlikely event. Mercury only stays in one position like this at the beginning and end of its triannual retrogrades. The fact that Mercury would be conjunct Orcus suggests more importance in Pisces, learning the nature of this reality, spirituality, empathy, and an extremely strong willpower toward that goal. And this is why. Astrologers don't know much about the dwarf planet Orcus, but knowing its astronomical qualities can help determine what it might mean. Orcus's perihelion in Pisces, which astrologer Nick Anthony Fiorenza believes associates its energy with Pisces. I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to fuck it around, apparently. Siderili? I have no idea. Whatever. This is called Aquarius. Whatever that. Yeah, that's a term that I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Which is how he refers to the constellation according to his interpretation of Orcus. So, the location of Orcus's perihelion reveals the area of our lives that Orcus is most influential. Due to Orcus's 20.574 degree orbital inclination, I'm just impressed with myself that I could do that little bit. Orcus's perihelion lies north of the ecliptic in the constellation Pegasus. Entering the ecliptic at 15 degrees, 15 degrees 4 feet sidereal, whatever that is, of Aquarius. This is the midpoint of this sign, marking the angel point of the zodiac. And this is one of the purest areas of resonance in the ecliptic. The fortuitous and beneficial area of the zodiac. Aha! Humanitarianism, altruism, and an evolved humanitarian-based society beyond conflicts based upon cultural, gender, or religious differences are the hallmarks of this zodiacal band. The word social is derived from the Old French or the Latin socialis, meaning allied, or from socius, meaning friend. Good words to ascribe to the essence of this sidereal, I know I'm buggering that, of Aquarius. Here all are recognized as allied friends, as one human family, which that would really be very cool. Okay, another thing that suggests the eclipse is about heart and empathy is the fact that Venus is in Cancer, the sign of emotions and family, for the duration of the eclipses, both eclipses. Now the second eclipse, or the one that is coming up on the 21st, this is the interpretation for that one. A new moon eclipse at the end of Leo. It's a solar eclipse that will actually block the sun in the United States, an astronomical phenomenon that many may be looking forward to. First of all, this eclipse occurs at a hot spot of Leo energy, which, wow, a particularly strong flavor of Leo, because the end of Leo is where the bright star Regulus resides. Now, Regulus has been revered for millennia. It's a star that can actually be touched by the planets because it's the closest bright star to the elliptical plane, the belt of all planets. And sometimes the moon actually occults the star Regulus, fully aligning with it. Now, that's kind of cool. Regulus has a revolutionary, bold, fiery quality to it. It's a warrior star, an energy that is very headstrong and potentially righteous. Sounds like righteous indignation to me. Another energy that is extremely headstrong and potentially righteous is Uranus, especially in fiery Aries. I can't help but giggle. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be serious, but that's just... A fiery spirit Uranus does not sound pleasant. Just saying. And the most exact aspect of this eclipse makes it a strong positive trine to Uranus in Aries. I'm supposed to be serious and I just can't with that. That is just too funny. Who in the hell came up with this shit? You did this thousands of years ago because you knew one day I would come along and I would do a podcast and I wouldn't be able to maintain composure talking about a fiery Uranus Aries. Is that light and farts? Is that what that is? Yeah, I went there. Holy crap. Okay, back to this. I'm going to try and maintain some composure here. So, as the first eclipse was in Leo and Aquarius, the second one is trine Aquarius planet Uranus, the thinker, the revolutionary, Unique energy of Uranus and Aquarius are the dominant theme of these eclipses. So a fiery thinker energy. I'm sorry. Mental images here are just really drawing me just whoo. Man, I'm in trouble. Now, it must also be noted that people in the world who are lost or confused will feel the headstrong, electric, inspired energy as well. So, people will all feel energized at once, and those who are misguided will feel the energy for perhaps a misguided purpose. Oh, sock. Oh, that's funny. Oh. Oh, Aries and Virgo are compatible. Ah, cool. Zodiacal. I know, doesn't that sounds very. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. What is this? What? Diamonds is a club and oh, okay. You guys are so funny. Oh, wow. The seventh planet from the sun, Uranus. You guys are... I got to get back to this article now. Okay. Let's see. What else does it say about Uranus? I feel like a proctologist now. A celestial proctologist. See, Sock, I always do the unexpected. I pride myself on that. So, if okay, let's see. What was that? Okay, workshop put what? Okay, I gotta see what code speak. You know that wow, that whole that fifth base thing, yeah, that's like a fuck me running kind of thing, ain't it? Okay, moving along. So now it must also be noted that, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I already read that. Did I not? Okay, yeah. These people who are misguided will feel the energy or perhaps a misguided purpose, while others may feel the inspiration for a better purpose. It's everyone on Earth feeling the energy at once in their unique ways, which this could be quite wild and crazy. Buckle up, children. It's going to be a bumpy ride. So, this is an extremely clear sign of revolutionary warrior energy. Oh, goody. Oh, joy, oh, bliss. This eclipse will solidify any inspiration in people. A revolutionary conviction, a headstrong energy, an electric thinking, learning energy in people that is lit on fire. Surely certain powers in the world will try to utilize the energy to create chaos and frustration as well. Oh, ya think? Ya think? Similar to the 2014, when the eclipses in Libra and Aries occurred in conjunction with Uranus, woo! A very inspired, electric thinking, fiery energy will be stuck in the air for an unknown period of time after the August 21st eclipse. So to sum it up, I think that this is what the eclipses will do. The first eclipse will, in a fiery and strong way, open people up to their feelings more and promote empathy, emotion, thinking about the nature of reality and existence. The second eclipse will instill fire and electricity in people, a bold willpower, rejuvenated inspiration and energy, a warrior thinker energy that will inspire everyone from good people to bad people, to clear-minded people to confused people. So in other words, yeah, cinch that hat down, buckle up, 'cause yeehaw! So what you learn when studying astrology for years is this. The way the planets move, the locations of eclipses, these things occur in extremely fateful, precise, unlikely, and synchronistic aspects. It's not likely that the March 2016 total eclipse would exactly lock into the most important outer planetary aspect occurring at that time, Jupiter square Saturn. It's not likely that the eclipse of September 2016 exactly lock into the same aspect and lock into the next most important malefic aspect of 2016, the Saturn square Neptune. So knowing that, it isn't every eclipse that locks into the most important once every 20-year aspects in the sky. So that gives us a feel for how important this eclipse is. If an eclipse doesn't really do interesting things, doesn't happen in some synchronistic or unusual way, that's a sign that it isn't as significant as other eclipses. But even if an eclipse isn't unusual, it still seems to solidify some kind of energy in the air for months at a time. I believe an eclipse truly sets the tone for the next period of time, until the next eclipse. So, there is also a link to some books and some other astrology links at the bottom of this if you care to check them out. But I thought that was really pretty interesting and quite giggle-worthy, especially when Uranus was on fire. That was just, wow. It's just Benoit! Hi, Benoit! Long time no see, sweetie. Okay, where is that? Did I share that? I gotta look and see if I shared it over here, because if I didn't, then I need to scrolling. Apparently, I did not put it in. And I see Gooberzilla is here. Hi, Goober. How you doing, hon? What was on the news, Beetle? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this over in that effing site as well. And then I think I'm going to go Bobby and TD. Hi, you guys. How you doing over there on that Freedoms Network? It's wonderful to see you guys. Bobby, honey, don't tell me to behave. You know better than that. I will admit to being good, but behaving, no, I have trouble with that. I really do. Hi, Ivy Don C. I see you, sweetie. Made it back from supper, huh? How was it? Was it just absolutely yummy? I'm sure you had steak and shrimp, but I'll bet your lovely bride probably did not have shrimp, did she? Okay. I don't worship anything, Beetle. I just truly appreciate things. And I think that's pretty much, maybe some people screw that shit up a little bit. Instead of being thankful and appreciating, they worship. And worshiping is putting something up above you or on a pedestal. And I don't think you should do that. I think you should be thankful for what you've got and appreciate what you've got. But that's my thoughts. So, okay, I'm going to do this little froggy with the map just because I think he's very cool. Because I don't think, Grimmy, do we have one that's got a telescope? I don't think we do. I'm just going to scroll and see. Don't see no telescopes. Dang it. Or maybe, oh hey, I got that. I'm filling airtime while I'm finding fun little emoticons to. Oh, and stars. There's stars upon Mars, like the Leeches on the beaches. Okay. Let's see. Refresh this. And, oh yeah. I was going to go the pig, wasn't I? Got to see what happened this date in history because, hey, we've only got 10 more days and the end of the world as we know it is going to happen, although a lot of people don't realize it. At night when you go to sleep, when you close your eyes, the world as you know it has come to an end because the next morning somebody did something that changed the world. So, just putting that out there. Okay. Oh, and the Pig Gazette pig pick of the day is when the shit really does hit the fan. I don't want a politician near me, no lawyer or an over-pampered, overpaid athlete or TV personality. I know, Grimmy, I was kind of bummer-dooted, but that's okay. It goes on to say, I want the coal miners, the truck drivers, the ditch diggers, the well drillers, and all the other hard-working, underappreciated son of bitches who really are the backbone of our nation. Amen. Amen, I say to you. Or maybe seeing as how it's Friday, ramen, seeing as how it's Pastafarian Holy Day. Arg, talk like a pirate. So, Vinny, just close your eyes, honey, and then when you wake up the next morning, be a whole new world. It's all good. No worries. Think of the little struggling shrimpies. Don't say that, because then I won't. Now I can't eat shrimp. Damn it. You know what, Beetle? I heard a joke one time. I want to go in my sleep just like my grandpa did, as opposed to the 5 other people in the car that he was driving. Yeah. So, yeah. Boom. Bad joke. But happens a lot. Okay, the word of the day over here on the pig. PIGazette.com. Horn. It's an automotive feature that certain terminally impatient, lead-footed pinheads use obsessively when any rational adult would try the car's brakes. Usually when someone does that kind of shit with their horn, I have a single finger salute that pops up. I just have to let them know that they're number one in my books. It's just all there is to it. In the quotable quotes section, how good, healthy, and ultimately economic is it for a company like Google only to hire people who share their narrow, uncompromising, and increasingly puritanical political social views? What kind of company will they and others like it become under the yoke of unflinchingly enforced political correctness? Dr. Hurd. Thank you, Dr. Hurd. That is a thing that will make you go, I think it's one of those floaters float to the top kind of companies. That's what I'm thinking. I may get to that and I may not. No, that's awfully long. Okay, this date in history. August the 11th, 1965. Burn, baby, burn becomes the watchword of the day when terminally cranky, melanin-enriched citizens of the City of Angels throw a 6-day hissy fit. The Watts riots. This day in history, the 11th of August, 1979. Faces are red in embarrass, Minnesota, but it has nothing to do with an outbreak of shame. It's because the temperature reaches a balmy 28 degrees Fahrenheit. What the fudge? That's too frickin' cold for August. Damn. And finally, this date in history, the 11th of August, 1984. The Gipper gets off a spiffy line during a radio voice test when he jokes that he signed legislation that would outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes. Oh, oh shit, someone must have found that and thought it was real. Holy crap. We're in trouble now. Well, y'all, I am just about out of time. Y'all been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on this Freaker Friday on the RLMradio.xyz site, the RLM or reallibertymedia.com channel 3, the RLM Spreaker channel, and lots of other RLM places all over the interwebs. Thank you ever so much for joining in. Be sure to stick around because later on today, or this evening I should say, Grimner will be on with Balls to the Wall because Moosey has a life. How dare she? And she won't be around, so Grimmy's going to be flying solo. So, yeah, it's going to be fun, going to be wild, going to be crazy. Lots of headbanging music going on, I tell you what. Also, tomorrow morning for me, 11 o'clock Central Time, because, you know, C and Cosmos starts with C, so I am the time zone you should go with because, yeah, cosmic time zone. In any case, according to the RLM schedule, it says that the dork table is on at noon Eastern Time, but it's actually 11 o'clock Central Time, for those of you that want to be correct. Also, tomorrow afternoon is Kira with the Bridge. I hope and pray Kira will be on with the Bridge tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening, hopefully, Bo Diddy will be on with some bodacious tunage to keep you entertained on a Saturday evening. I will be out looking for stars and shooting ones. Or I won't be shooting at them because the neighbors get concerned. But I'll be watching them shoot across the sky tomorrow evening and probably Sunday evening as well. But Sunday at noon Eastern Time, Grimmy will be on with the blues. Pluto's influence. You know, Tom W., when I saw that, my brain thought Pluto's flatulence for some dumb reason. Dog farts. In any case. Sunday, yeah, Grimmy's going to be playing the blues Sunday, and he's going to lead you into Hal Anthony, who's going to take you behind the woodshed and open up a can of whoop-ass on yo ass and tell you the what for and then some. Then Sunday evening will be Gary L. and Gigi's Boo with The Road Less Traveled. All that here on the RLM. Also, whenever he has the time to do so, I'm sure JJ's is going to be popping in to play some awesome tunage from webcomradio.uk.co and also, hopefully, here on the RLM. So, lots of way cool stuff going on this weekend. And yeah, that dork table is with Flasheroony Dork and yours truly, and we just kind of get dorkular. We release the inner dork and have a way good time. Benoit, you need a cab to Fond du Lac? Can't help you. Call Uber. Uber. My uncle is still Uber. Okay. I still have a couple minutes left. What shall I do? What shall I do? Let me see. Farce news. What is farce news? No, don't want to go there. Oh, I know. I'll do a couple more Robin Williams quotes. How's that sound? Just to kind of end out the day. So, from Robin Williams, we don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion and medicine, law, business, engineering. These are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. Amen, Robin. Amen. Let's see, one more. Okay, already did that one. So, also from Robin Williams, no matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. But you also got to put some action behind that, peeps, and sometimes your words and ideas can change one person's world, which, in a way, does change the world. So, and one more before I get the heck out of here. You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it. Remember that. I've been sharing my spark of madness this evening. Thank you all for listening in. I truly do appreciate it. Have an absolutely splendiferous rest of your Freaker Friday or balls to the wall extravaganza, however you wish to look at it.